Hello, welcome back to my channel. So as you may know, last year I got laid off from my dream job. No plans, no interviews, no jobs, no nothing. It was truly devastating and traumatic at the same time. Every Friday at 5 p.m., I would tell myself, all right, another Friday, another jobless week. But now looking back to it, I didn't realize how much that time made me more resilient, tougher, more self-aware. So now I like to share 6 things I've done during that journey to help me power through the darkness of my life. And if you're going through the same challenge, I hope this video brings you a little bit more positiveness. And without further ado, let's jump right in. Okay, tip number 1, build a stable daily routine. When you lose your job, you lose the rhythm of your life too. I treat my unemployment time as a full-time job. I normally woke up at around 7 a.m., hit the gym or go for a run, shower, make myself a good breakfast, sit on my desk at 9 a.m. Just exactly like a full-time job. Mornings were for deep work. I either polish my portfolio, learning some new skills, heads down and deep focus. Afternoons were for job applications or networking calls. I spend this time either on tailoring my cover letters or chatting with folks in the design industry, sending job applications or learning the differences between every single job description. After 5 p.m., close my laptop, go for a movie, go for a show, go for a concert, grab some drinks with my friends. Social life is very important too. And at the end of each day, when you look back, you don't feel like you've done nothing. You will say, oh, actually, I've done a lot. A solid day schedule kept me moving and made my core strong, even though everything else felt really shaky. All right, tip number 2, get the fuck out of your apartment. One of my non-negotiables is that I have to leave my apartment at least once per day. It could be getting an iced latte from a cafe nearby, it could be working from a library that I like, or just like what I'm doing right now, sitting in the park, doing nothing, and seeing people minding their own businesses. I think sometimes when we feel stuck and we sit home, and facing all of those concrete walls make your thoughts feeling heavier and heavier, and unconsciously you just fall into that dark hole. So I force myself to leave my apartment at least once per day. Maybe just 20 minutes sitting in the park watching the sunset. And when you feel the breeze, you feel life gets lighter. When you see people around you doing their own businesses, maybe have a picnic in the park, reading their books, you feel life goes on. There's nothing stuck. Tip number 3, set up achievable goals. My unemployment time turned me into a runner. Yes, the type of runner who is going through a quarter-life crisis. I'm always physically active, but long-distance run was never my thing. So when I was just having these little thoughts wandering around in my mind, maybe one day I can run a half marathon or full marathon. And the first reaction I got from my mom was actually, she goes, oh no, don't do it. It's too much. It's destroying your knees. We're Asian. You can't do it. Wow. Mom, if you say so, I'm gonna prove that you're wrong. Was I training for any race? No. I even didn't know if I would have to leave the US in 3 months. But did I do it? Absolutely. I ran 2 half marathon distance during my first training period, and I also ran my very first half marathon race in the past April. And did that bring me any big titles or salaries? No, but it kept reminding me that I can do hard things. I'm not saying that you have to sign up for a half marathon, like as crazy as any other marathoners are doing, but setting up an achievable goal during my unemployment time definitely made it more exciting and meaningful. There's always a goal you are chasing, and you're constantly putting action into that. When you see the feedback, it boosts your confidence. And at the end of the day, if I didn't get any job, at least I still got some mileage in my running apps and my social media. Okay, tip number 4, maintain and expand your network. I know especially in the United States, networking is such an important thing to find a job. Unfortunately, that's never my thing. Networking has 0 success in my case. However, I do find networking is super helpful for me, just because by chatting with people from different companies, different positions, or different industries for simply 20-30 minutes, it helps me gain a lot of knowledge and information about what people are doing in this industry, what people are doing in their position, and what's the work dynamic in each company look like. None of the network got me a job successfully at the end. However, I did get more and more clear of what I want, what I'm compatible with, and what I am not. Tip number 5, don't stop learning. I totally understand. Usually we see unemployment as very frustrating, as very upsetting, and feeling very lost. However, I also see it as a great opportunity to really just sit down and think about what you want for your next job. It's almost the perfect time to rebuild your career path. And for me, I clearly knew that product design craftsmanship wasn't something I was good at, and I had no idea about what is product strategy. So I used my unemployment time to sharpen my design skills, get better at the craft, learning product strategy, or mess around in Figma, whatever I feel I'm lacking and I'm curious about. Learning definitely brings me more new things and the feeling of progression. You don't have to be productive at every single second, but it is very important to constantly feed in your brain. It is actually the best time to equip yourself with the updated knowledge and skill sets so you're ready to hop on the next bus. Okay, tip number 6. This might be very controversial, but I still gotta say, if you can find any job, even with minimal wages, just take it. You know, sometimes our depression doesn't come from the fact that we got laid off, but more coming from the fact that we have nothing to do. When you have nothing to do, you feel life stuck, and then you overthink, and you feel hopeless, you feel depressed, and you fall into that dark hole. So I think a job, any job, either a buzzing table, walking dogs, or teaching kids math, whatever, keeps you going and build the structure of your life. And what does that bring to you? A more predictable and stable lifestyle, a connection with other human beings who also got their shit to do, some dignity of contribution, and maybe some narratives that you can share for your next job interview. And I think most importantly, you didn't let the layoff destroy you. You show up every day with your resilience and fight through whatever tried to put you down. And of course, don't let that job consume all of your energy and time. I think it's not the destination, it's just the bridge to help you get through the next phase of your life without losing yourself. Anyway, that's what I've been holding on to. If you are going through the same thing, I see you. Chains up, keep going. You don't have to rush it, but you do have to keep moving. And remember, there is always a light at the end of the tunnel, but if there isn't, we are gonna build one. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope this video brings you a little bit more positivity and courage. And I will see you guys at the next video. Bye!